Hey YouTube, this is Saffron DP4L and I have a manga review for you. But before I talk about that, this is going to be a little bit of an update. And I know this is kind of like bullshit, what the fuck. But I'm sorry, if I don't say it on one of my reviews, whenever I try to upload an update video, most of the time it never gets up. I don't know why. I just feel lazy about it. But if I put it on here, on one of my reviews, that way I have an incentive to put it up. Okay. I'm sorry there have been no, like, midnight hour horror reviews lately. It's just that I don't like using my sister's camera because it has shitty quality. And the mic sucks. And I don't like doing audio reviews for that because I feel like I'm like I don't know, I'm cheaping out or what. I'm not taking it seriously enough, and it kind of ruins the experience, like the fun I have doing it. I was gonna start doing it sooner. I was supposed to go back to work Saturday. Cause I've been laid off for the winter, not fired. I just been laid off because my job is outdoors job. I work outside. I was supposed to go back to work Saturday, but then you know what happens? A fucking snowstorm happened. The fucking everywhere is covered in snow. Fuck. And I was supposed to go. It just pisses me off because I was supposed to go back to work, and I was gonna start getting paid again because I need to get paid for obvious reasons. If you're wondering, no, I'm not broke. I just don't have I don't really have any spending money, and it would be nice to have spending money so I can buy movies to review. Comics, I'm good. I have lots of comics. Trade paperbacks to review. I got lots of manga to review. I'm good. Movies, I'm not. Except for I can just go watch a movie online, but that's kind of the. Not to say I don't do that. I just don't review movies I watch online. It's just So yeah, I'll be definitely going back to work April and start getting paid, and then hopefully by then I'll get my new camera and we'll start doing horror movie reviews again. Hopefully, if it stops fucking snowing for once in this country I live in, which I love, but the fucking snow is fucking pissing me off. Okay, now we're going to do the review. Today I'm reviewing Akira by Katsuhiro Otomo. If I pronounced that wrong, I'm sorry. I know what you're thinking. You're reviewing Akira after what happened in Japan. It may be a little bit in poor taste, but since it's takes place in a dystopian future, which I don't know what the fuck dystopian means, but I hear it's used for post-apocalyptic movies and shit. Okay, it takes place in a post-apocalyptic country in Japan. It's called Neo-Tokyo, and it takes place in Neo-Tokyo. Right after, what was it? Like 40 years after World War III, where a bomb went off in Tokyo. At least that's what we think. That's what people think has happened. I don't know. The main characters are, what's his name? Oh fuck, I forgot his name. There's Tetsuo. Holy shit, I feel alive. Tetsuo and Kaneda, that's right, Tetsuo and Kaneda. They're juvenile delinquents. They're in a biker gang, and and they do a whole bunch of shit like drugs, get into fights. They miss school, shit like that. And this was their regular life as a juvenile. Fuck, I can't talk today. Juvenile delinquent. I can't talk today until they run into a psychic. This fucking it looks like a kid, but he's all shriveled up and old looking, and he has psychic powers, and the army is after him. Then there's like the resistance fighters and all this shit. They all get caught up in it. And what's great about this manga series is it goes way after the movie. So even if you watch the movie, it's different and it goes further into the story. So you actually have a reason to read it. This was published by Dark Horse Comics, not Manga Comics. It actually says on there. And this fucking volume is thick as hell. But surprisingly, it's a quick read. It's super thick and it's huge. It's like the size of like 4 trade paperbacks. Yeah, roughly 3 or 5 or 3 or 4. Man, I can't talk today. Fuck. And it's really fast read. I don't know why. Maybe because it seems fast because it draws you into the story. It has good dialogue, cool characters, amazing unique art, cool vehicle and machine designs. They're revolutionary. You would see shit like this. Matrix and shit like that was inspired by Akira. So you know how revolutionary this book was when it originally came out in 1980 something. And there's like this book is very anti-drug. Like this promotes don't use drugs. Drugs are bad for you. So it has a positive message. There's and also there's cool explosions, there's cool action, and the dialogue is really awesome. The characters remind me of like an old 80s movie, like Outsiders and Goonies, stuff like that. That kind of dialogue. So it doesn't surprise me that people want to do American live action adaptation because it would work. They don't have to be Japanese. They were written like teenagers from the 80s, like from those movies. Because at least I'm guessing. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna do my dislikes. There's a gun that was so Kaneda uses this gun. It shoots like 2 bullets. You would think a pretty ineffective gun. Not really. He uses it and shoots right through this guy's hover bike or whatever that has like a chain gun or whatever. Goes right through it, hits the guy, he dies, and there's an explosion and shit. Yet he uses it again. He shoots the guy in the stomach. It's barely a flesh wound. He gets up like a second later. What the fuck is that shit? Seriously, what the fuck? That is weird. What the hell? Also, there's the whole resistance group. Why is there a resistance group? What do they hate about this government? The government is not fascist. At least it doesn't seem like it. They're just like any other government, except for they have psychic kids. So yeah, it's weird. And they're not bad. The government doesn't seem that bad to me. They're actually trying to save lives. And it's just it doesn't make sense. maybe if I continue reading, it'll show these government guys as being bad. I don't know, maybe. But whatever. So I'm giving this a must own, a high must own. It's a fantastic read. It's a great science fiction epic. You really can't go wrong with this book. I think it'll cost you. This one is like, let me see. Says here almost 40 Canadian, just 25 US. What the fuck? But then again, this was published in 2000, so yeah, it might be a little less expensive nowadays. I'm not sure. But if you go on Amazon.com, you can usually find shit like this cheap. So that's all I gotta say. See you later, YouTube.